Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Bracha Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Bracha Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhava Ki Jai, Shri Shri Phalat Lakshmi Singhadev Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. 45 steht im Plan. 145 steht im Plan.
Ach ja, wir machen hier. Ja.
Aber.
Ja, stimmt, alles gut.
Ah ja, das ist ja, genau. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jai Jai Shri Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Okay, so, ist das neues Chaitanya Caritamrita? Gibt neue Sets? Oh, Englisch. Okay. Deutsche gibt es keine neuen, oder? Immer nur englische Bücher. Okay. So we're reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So I assume I should speak English, or is this everybody okay with that? Kishori Kund? Verstehst du Englisch heute? Okay, dann sprechen wir Sibirisch. Okay. So we are still in Madhya Lila 5, chapter 21, text 145. And we just remember, I think we had the whole festival times we not really had Chaitanya Charitamrita class, or, I mean, Chaisachi gave last week, I guess, did he speak about? So we still have here, we end the teachings of Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu happens here by prescribing the opulence and sweetness of Lord Sri Krishna. Something happened. What happened? Remember what happened? Something spilled out of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What spilled out of him? What came out by more or less accident? He spoke about the sweetness of Krishna, and it came out that he spoke about the flute and different aspects, where he then now later on kind of said, oops, I'm sorry. Normally I don't speak like that. And now we come to text 145 and see what's happening there. And again, it's this meter what we last times we described as, or we took the melody, the meter of the Guru Puja song. Okay. Puna kahebaye kyane anakahide kailinunte Punakahe baya kyane anakahite kahilun ane Krishna kripatoma upare Pare Krishna kripatomara upare Morechita pramakari nichaishvarya maturi Morechita pramakari nichaishvarya maduri More mukhe shunayato mare More mukhe shunayato mare Punakahe baya kyane anakahite kailun ane Krishna kripa tomara upare Morechita paramakari nichaishvarya maduri More mukhe shunayato mare Please chant. Punakahe baya kyane anakahite kailun ane Krishna kripa tomara upare Morechita pramakari nichaishvarya maduri More mukhe shunayato mare Punakahe baya kyane anakahite kailun ane Krishna kripatomara upare Morechita pramakari nichaishvarya maduri More mukhe shunayato mare Somebody else, ladies, somebody Punakahe baya kyane anakaite kailun ane Krishna kripatomara upare Morechita pramakari nichaishvaya maduri more mokhe shunaya tumare. Okay. Puna, again. Kahe, he says. Bhaya kyane, in external consciousness. Ana, something else. Kahite, to speak. Kailun, I have spoken. Ane, another thing. Krishna Kripa, the mercy of Lord Krishna. Tomara, you. Apare, upon. Mora, my. Chitta Prama, mental concoction. Kari, making. Nicha Aishwarya, his personal opulence. Madhuri, sweetness. Mora, mukhe. Mora mukhe. I think this belongs together, but here's a big gap. Mora mukhe, though my mouth. Shunaya, causes to hear. Tomare, you. Translation and the purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Resuming his external consciousness, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami, I have not spoken of what I intended. Lord Krishna is very merciful to you because by bewildering my mind, he has revealed his personal opulence and sweetness. He has caused you to hear all these things from me for your understanding. Hare Krishna Charu. So, we have a purport here. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu admitted that he was speaking like a madman, which he should not have done for the understanding of those who are externally situated. Statements about Krishna's body, his characteristics, and his flute would appear like a madman's statement to a mundane person. It was actually a fact that Krishna wanted to reveal himself to Sanatana Goswami due to his specific mercy upon him. Somehow or other, Krishna explained himself and his flute to Sanatana Goswami through the mouth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared as though mad. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu admitted that he wanted to tell Sanatana Goswami something else, but somehow or other, in transcendental ecstasy, he spoke of a different subject matter. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Aknanati Madasya Knanan Chanashalakya Chakshu Ulmedam Yena Tasmai Shigidavi Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stavadam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Svabarantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, resuming his external consciousness, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami, I have not spoken of what I intended. Lord Krishna is very merciful to you, because by wildering in my mind, he has revealed his personal opulence and sweetness. He has caused you to hear all these things from me, for your understanding. So, now we had the situation that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by instructing Sanatana Goswami, spoke out what was in his heart. In his heart, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of course, had always Krishna. Why? Because he is Krishna. Yes, very good, Charu. And Krishna says in the end of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives Arjuna some very important concluding instructions. And one of them, somebody guess what it is? He says basically, after he tells Arjuna, so just surrender to you, abandon all kinds of religions. What? All kinds of religions. If you somehow or other just surrender unto me and be without fear, abandon all your fear, then you come to me. But if you somehow or other speak this supreme knowledge to those who not austere, who basically dwell in their senses, and who have no devotion, to them you should not speak such confidential knowledge. Because even in Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna did there, he revealed more and more of himself to Arjuna. Because Arjuna, was his devotee. And what Arjuna wanted to do is, under all circumstances, please Krishna. The same here, Sanatana Goswami, he was a devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he was very close to him. And therefore, Mahaprabhu let open all barriers. And he let just spill out what was in his heart. Krishna and the pastimes of Krishna, revealed through his flute. So this is something what we would always keep in mind by all our preaching efforts. We kind of give the people what is necessary for them to make progress. Let's say when a Sankirtan devotee goes on the street, he's not on the street to reveal Vrindavan or to reveal the rasa dance. Therefore, the Sankirtan devotee always sees himself as the servant of Srila Prabhupada by giving out the books of Srila Prabhupada. Because Srila Prabhupada in his books, especially in the books what we give out on the street, like Bhagavad Gita or like the Krishna book, he puts it all through a lens where we can understand such esoteric subject matters. And this is for us very important to understand, because Krishna also said in Bhagavad Gita, we should not disturb the minds of the people who are not really attend to serve Krishna. We may speak philosophy to them. We may tell them about what the teachings what Krishna gives in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. You are not this body, you are a spiritual soul, and by the change of body, you're not bewildered, because this is a knowledge many especially in the West, they don't have. Right? That they still think we are this body. So that's very beneficial for everybody to understand. Because when you understand you're not this body, you're not on the bodily platform, meaning you don't fight about things. Joe, can you give this to some drink? Prabhu, maybe. Some water, maybe it helps you. Yeah. So we should, when people understand this, that we are not this body, then there's no need to fight over bodies. If we understand, if we really realize that we not Germans, Indians not Indians, Russians not Russians, Americans not Americans, Ukrainians, not Ukrainians. That what's the use of fight? We just driving a German car, or an Indian car, or a Russian car. But in this moment, we stand on the red light, waiting, like sometimes you see this, like Germans with the BMW, and then on the other side they see a Japanese car or something. They think, let's have a race, because I am this BMW. And the person in the other car thinks, I am this Japanese car. And they really focus on the red light, and it comes to yellow, then they start right, and then it turns green, and they just run off. Who will win? None of them wins, because they're both stupid. Next cross light comes again. The light is red, and both standing there again. Right? What's the point? Same thing. If we in this bodily concept, we are just trapped by destinations, what given to us by the body and by the society around the body, who in the same way think that they are these bodies. So we are eternal spiritual souls, traveling from one car to another car. But the real science of the soul, the real science of the self, nobody teaches. No university in the world teaches you about the science of the self. Therefore, Prabhupada said, I came to teach you this science. And the comparison is always given by a bird in a cage. We are so locked up, polishing the cage and decorating the cage. But nobody takes care about the bird in the cage. If you don't feed the bird in the cage, what's the point of having a cage at all? Right? And so here, Mahaprabhu, because he felt comfortable to speak to Sanatana Goswami, because he felt his devotion, his closeness to his heart, right? And when you have a friend, somebody who's very close to you, then you may be able, or you feel comfortable to tell something very confidential to that person. Right? When a kid like Charu goes to school, he doesn't speak to all his school friends what's going on at home, about the dealings about mommy and daddy. No? You speak something, you keep it in the boundaries of the family. Same thing in the association of devotees. We like to speak about Krishna, and not just about philosophical topics, right? We like to share Krishna in our heart, right? But as soon people come in from outside, where we understand, okay, they're not on this level, we would switch to philosophy. Why? First of all, to protect them. Because if we speak about very esoteric matters, they may think, these Hare Krishna people, they're just nuts, they're just mad. Right? Just imagine when two devotees come together and they speak so deep about Krishna that really they start tears coming in their eyes. Because they're so overwhelmed by the beauty of Krishna and by the amazing qualities of Krishna. And this can only happen amongst devotees. Therefore, we should relish these Bhagavatam classes, where we come together as devotees and share Krishna. Right? And on the other hand, we of course want to give people from outside a way in. And this is through the philosophy. If we don't understand the philosophy, if we don't understand tattva, then there's no point of speaking of rasa. Jai Jai Shishi Palat Lakshmi Singhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Therefore, we would say tattva is always more important than rasa, first of all. Although amongst the devotees, they would more relish the rasa, because the tattva is established in their hearts. So as devotees, we want to share Krishna by revealing our heart. And how do we even get to the treasure of our heart? What do you think? Some thoughts of you. How you, in your personal meditation, for example, or in your experience, would, how to say, carve out Krishna from your heart. Anyone has some thoughts on this? Hendrik?
When I'm not completely stable emotionally, when I'm touched by something, when I'm not completely okay, then I can feel that I'm not indestructible. Like sometimes it seems over many days I have this feeling I don't need to let Krishna in.
Well, Krishna is already in us.
Yes, okay, but I mean, you asked how to carve Krishna in the own heart.
How you get him out of your heart?
Get him out of the heart. Yeah, by being able to be touched already, and this is not always the case.
Okay, somebody else has some thoughts. Okay, Kirtan, the holy name. Yeah, by this is basically also what we're doing, not only for ourselves. When we go on the street to chant the holy name, we inspire that holy name in the hearts of the people, because somehow they get in contact with that holy name, although they don't know, something familiar is inspired in their heart. What else could be a way to kind of evoke or poke Krishna in the heart of us?
Here a lecture from advanced devotee.
Okay, Krishna Katha. Yes, that's something what happened to me when I came in contact with the books. My first books were Easy Journey to Other Planets, in German, Science of... Jenseits von Raum und Zeit, danke. Ja, jenseits von Raum und Zeit. When I got in touch with that philosophy, something was kind of, I know this. Although I didn't know this, but something in myself, it inspired my soul, or me, deep in, right? Well, I thought either I came in contact with this in a previous life, although I not really had a concept of a previous life, but with that it somehow came. Somehow that's familiar to me. That knowledge is familiar to me. When I saw, for example, this Indian, therefore Prabhupada always wanted art in his books, meaning pictures, right? And he was very fond of his students who are capable to paint Krishna. And we have so beautiful paintings in our books about the pastimes of Krishna that even if you see sometimes Indian, how to say, something on YouTube about Indian culture presented by Indians, many times they're taking pictures from our books, from our devotees, painted by Westerners under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada called them windows in the spiritual world. Yeah. So even this artwork was so touching to me. Kind of, I felt like, very similar when I look at some random pictures, by random artists like Rembrandt. You know Rembrandt? Somebody know Rembrandt? Yeah. Somebody know? or some more modern artists. For example, I liked very much previously the work of Salvador Dali, right? It was so far out, a clock what is floating away, or once I was in his village in Figueras. That's when you come from France and you just enter Spain, then you come to Figueras, and his whole house is basically a museum of his. Nowadays you would say a little bit sick art, right? It's a little bit sick. Or Picasso or something like that. It maybe touches some aspect of you, but not on such a level how this artwork touched me when I got in contact with the books of Srila Prabhupada. So yeah, artwork, for example. Philosophy, artwork, something else? Mahaprashadam, yes. That's, I think, one of the most effective weapons. Although nowadays one has to be very careful. In previous days, like when I came in contact with the devotees, just halava. It was just halava, right? And nobody was asking, like, oh, that's what is it or whatever. You just taste it and you think, I never had such a thing before. You don't know what is it, like warm, greasy, sweet. What is it? It's like we get it on a plate and it's like yellow brown. But it's so you don't know what it is, but it's so amazing. It touches you. Nowadays you have to explain, is it vegan? Is it biological? And so it's getting a little bit difficult nowadays. But for sure, prasadam is a very, very good thing. Food what is offered to Krishna, Madhya. You want to say something?
Yeah, maybe the holy dam can also be holy dam.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe here also.
Yeah. Definitely. That's very transforming. And because our body is made out of water mostly. Mostly, right? And what is water? What you can do with water? Or what water does naturally? Well, it answers, but more better. It flows, but when it flows, what does it do? It takes informations of the surrounding, right? It takes informations, and these informations, it's stored in the water. Water is kind of a memory stick, right? Therefore, Mahaprabhu, when he went, where was it? He went in this one river, like in a pond, and there he stored his prema bhakti. Now later on, one very advanced devotee came as a nearly child. Somebody remember who it was? Huh? Narottam Das Goswami, yeah. He went there and he was the right one to receive that storage, that information, and he got it in. Although he never met Mahaprabhu, he got his prema bhakti. So when we come to holy places with our bodies, or when we come to any place, we store these informations in us. Therefore, it's very important, where do you live? In which house you live? Which environment you live? And the whole idea about pilgrimage, what we know from Indian tradition is, you go to holy places. Best is, you bathe there in a pond, in a body of water, like the Ganga or Yamuna or any holy river. Because this water stores all the informations of this holy place. And it goes into your body. So you go to different holy places to collect these informations into your body. And by collecting them in your body, in your cross body, you collecting it, it floats into your subtle body. And from when your cross body and your subtle body is cleansed or stored with these informations, it helps your soul to evolve. Your soul, anyway, it's wrong to say your soul, because you are the soul. It's not my soul. I am the soul. It's a fine difference. What we always have to point out, because we custom to say, "Oh, my soul feels not good today," or "What about your soul?" No, you soul. You are a soul covered in a body, right? So it helps us to kind of get out of this illusion. Now, our whole process given to us by Srila Prabhupada is basically to every day, every step, to again restore Krishna from our heart. Let me give you a very good example. What illustrates this very, very good, and what is basically why it's important to follow this path given to us. An initiated devotee into this lineage where we are in, basically, every morning, first of all, he does some very important practice called dhyana, like meditation. And this is a guided meditation. Initiated devotee get in the point where he get the Gayatri mantras. Because with the first Gayatri mantra, first of all, we have to see the whole universe is a lump of unconscious dump matter, basically. There's no conscious in matter. Right? But by Krishna entering in this Mahatattva, in this lump of matter, this matter becomes conscious and suddenly starts to spring up and be alive. Same as our body. Before there's any soul in the body, this body is dead. And as soon the soul leaves this body, again is dead. Immediately start to decompose. So when we wake up from sleep, we are unconscious. At least myself. I have to track my, like whatever, like track myself, whatever. And then you clean, first of all, this body. And then you start to meditate. So your body is clean. Then you start to meditate. First of all, in the Gayatri mantra, you meditate upon the Brahman Gayatri. And this Brahman Gayatri gives us a kind of a connection with the whole universe, because we are already connected with that universe. And not only with that, with the soul in that universe. Mahavishnu, right? And also the same Mahavishnu is in our heart. So by uttering the Brahma Gayatri, we're making this connection again with that universal soul, right? And when we establish this connection, then we asking for the blessings. What blessings we need first of all? What is the next step, our Gayatri chanters?
Blessings of the Guru.
The blessings of the Guru. Because without the Guru, we cannot approach that vast ocean of spirituality. Now, Guru is not always, it's represented through us, through the Diksha Guru, but also it's a principle. It's a principle what teaches us. Come to us by Lord Nityananda or Balaram, it's a principle. And this principle is alive in the books of Srila Prabhupada. Therefore, we as followers of ISKCON, of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, basically we could go to any ISKCON guru and get the same instructions. Some may be more giving more instructions on, let's say, deity worship or book distribution or science or whatever, but basically the core is always the same. It's always based on the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, who embody this guru principle for all of us. It's like when you're in a class, you have a class teacher, the leader of the class, right? Everybody had a class teacher in school. No? One who takes most responsibility for the whole class. Wie heißt that? What's your class teacher? What's her name? Frau Bauer. Right? And Murari's class teacher is Frau Moser. Right? So these are kind of the Diksha gurus. They take responsibility. But they may send you to different subject gurus, to different subject teachers. Like Frau Bauer may see that Charu is good in mathematics. Now, does she teach math to you? Okay, so she's herself the mathematic teacher. But for example, if that would be a different person, she would maybe say, Charu, I think you should associate more or go more in the classes of Miss or Mr. this and that. Right? Because she sees Charu has the capacity to be good in mathematics. So therefore, she sends him to a specific mathematic teacher to carve out his capacity to do mathematics. So that's just one thing why the guru principle is very, very important. But not only the Diksha principle, because a real Diksha guru will send you or give you specific shiksha, specific instructions what are needed for you. So then after we get the blessings or make the connection with the guru and awaking, first we awake again the universe in our heart, then we awake the guru principle in our heart. Then what's next? Subal. Or somebody else knows? What's the next principle we awake? We next meditate upon Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Caitanya Mahaprabhu is the guru, is the avatar, the Yuga avatar for this Yuga. We are deep down in Kali Yuga. There is only one deity. What is important in Kali Yuga? And this is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. All other deities support this deity. In fact, Mahaprabhu takes the form of different deities. Like here, he takes the form of Narasimhadev. And there's so many pastimes where Mahaprabhu showed his form as Nrsingadev, for example. And why does he come as Nrsingadev? To protect, yes. To protect the devotees, protect the movement, protect the spiritual master and the devotees. Yeah, that's already. Yeah, to protect the Sankirtan movement. Therefore, he comes as Nrsingadev. But it's the same Mahaprabhu. Therefore, Nrsingadev is very merciful here in Simhachalam and let people like me worship him. If that would be the real fierce form of Narasimhadev, I would be not even able to look through the door. But because it's Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he's very merciful. And what else does he do in the form of Nrsingadev, in the heart of the devotees? Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives us a hint of this. Yes, he removes all obstacles in our path to Radha and Krishna. And that's the next step after we get the connection with Mahaprabhu, who's the Yuga avatar. Because Mahaprabhu, he points at whom? Yeah, Krishna basically. Therefore, our next step in our guided meditation, what we got from the Acharyas is that we meditate upon Krishna, who's the cause of all causes, and who is basically the Lord of the Gopis in Vrindavan, and who is the source of everything. And then our last step in our meditation, when we got this initiation in this process, is basically upon Krishna in the form as Cupid, the one who attracts everyone. And not on a bodily, not only necessary on a bodily platform. No, everything floats to him. Everything comes from him. Everything floats to him. And because of his magnificency, of his splendor, of his beauty, he is compared to Cupid, who can, they say, if Cupid shoots an arrow in your heart, you're done. We have this picture, as a Western picture, always we have Amor, right? This is the Western pendant of Cupid is Amor. And he's always as a little chubby, little boy. He has a bow and an arrow, and and two persons before they even didn't look at each other. When Amor comes and pierces the heart of the boy and the heart of the girl. Or nowadays, it's getting complicated, but whatever, So he pierces two hearts. Then suddenly, these two individuals, they turn to each other and they're in love. Right? In the same way, if Krishna touches one's heart, we can't resist. We can't resist. To that point that Krishna says, okay, I touched your heart, but here's your freedom. And with the freedom, again, we can choose. With the freedom, we have the right to resist. And that's the principle of love. But yeah, that is our guided meditation. We do this every morning when the sun comes up. Because with the sun comes up, the life comes up. And then we do this when the sun is high in the zenith, in the middle of the day. And we do this again when the sun goes to sleep. That's basically the meditation. That's the spiritual life of somebody who's initiated in this tradition by chanting the Gayatri mantras. And in between, when we established Krishna, when we basically poked him out of our heart, and he's in front of us, what we do then? Where he's not only in front of us, he's established in our heart. He's there. By meditation, we bringing him, there's so many meditations where we meditate on. The Puchari does this in Manasa Puja, where he meditates on to wake Krishna, to put him on a throne, to bathe him, to dress him. Right? First of all, what he does physically on the altar, he does in his mind, in his heart. So in this moment, and the Gayatri mantras, they are kind of such a meditation. When Krishna is awakened and present in your heart, what do you do then? You serve him, yes, you worship him. And how you worship him? We in our tradition, how we worship Krishna, first of all? We chanting Hare Krishna. Because this alone is worship. Because with this chanting, we calling out for Radha and Krishna. And we piercing the atmosphere, filling it up with the names of Radha and Krishna. And this alone is devotional service. Because the people in Jandelsbrunn, they don't hear us chanting, but they feel our vibes. They feel our chanting. And in this way, we influence them. And it goes further, further, further. The people in Passau, we coming once a week or 2 times a month, whatever, we go to Passau to chant there. And even that we are here, by now they know, the people in Passau who lived there for long, they know the Hare Krishnas, they are there in Jandelsbrunn, im Dreiländereck, behind Waldkirchen or something. It influences them. And therefore, that is important. First of all, not only that we bring out the holy names in the street to purify and to kind of fill up the ether, the Akash, with that holy name. It influences everybody. But also that we keep it for ourselves, because we are also connected with this Akash, with this, with this information field in the universe. And everything, what we fill in our mind, we fill up in the Akash, in this information field. So it's very, very important. And the more we consciously perform our japa, our meditation, our reading, the more we put conscious in, the more we link our conscious with that Akash, the better we can upload it into the atmosphere, into the sky, into this information cloud. Right? The universe is filled like with an information cloud. So that's very, very important that we take our path seriously and try to really be a conscious device of spirituality. So let's take our path, what we have given, seriously. It's not just something because we don't know what to do 2 hours in the day, that we sit there and chant. No, we do this really consciously to raise the conscious of the whole society. Devotees are very, very important. And we don't say this to become proud. We say this to remind ourselves of our mission, of our importance in the world. Without devotees, without the worshippers of God, doesn't matter which faith, God is lost. Although He is almighty, He lives in the hearts of His devotees. And if the devotees are not on the planet anymore, God has no access to the society. Therefore, now we have the golden age. We have this opportunity where we bring this holy name in. So let's take this serious. Let's take our spiritual life serious. Doesn't mean we don't laugh anymore. Means just that we take Krishna, who is dwelling in our heart, waiting for our attention, for our worship, that we take Him serious. And our material desires less serious. So that always whatever great words we try to speak, we try to present, but basically what we really do when people like me, I'm sitting here, I have to remind myself about this importance. And I know that as soon I leave the association of devotees, even it's just a short trip, my mind is at stake. My soul is at stake. Because the devotees, although they're always the devotees, and they annoying us by being loud in the morning. No, I can't get up in the morning. It's Mangalati time, I can't get up. Why he's already making a fuss and why he's running around so loud. No, they're reminding us, it's time for Mangalati. You know, why he's chanting so loud? Hare Krishna, the Brahmachari ashram. Can he not chant somewhere else? Yes, but he's reminding us actually. We should be grateful. So sometimes we think, devotees are like this and like that, but actually they're always reminding us, hey, it's about Krishna. It's not about yourself. And yes, there's sometimes we need maybe sometimes time to recover, to have an extra sleep or whatever, but use this time to really recover, to again come back and start be a devotional spark. Right? And a spark has the power to enlighten others, to put others into fire. So therefore, I'm very grateful that I can be amongst you, although I know there are many faults one can point out where Ramananda is like this, and here he doesn't do this, or whatever. I'm working on it. I'm work in progress, but you keep reminding me, and please keep on doing that, because otherwise I'm lost. So I thank Srila Prabhupada for this family he gave me, and I'm praying to him, to Nrsingadev, and to all of you that I one day become a worthy member of your family. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Are there any topics to discuss or questions to ask or things to explore or corrections to make? No, I think nobody.
Okay, no. Okay, here's Prabhupada says in this verse, in this comment. In other words, a devotee who has heard the sound of Krishna's flute forgets to talk or hear of any other subject. This vibration of Krishna's flute is represented by the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So these are very difficult topic for me. That once somebody has heard Krishna's flute, he can hear no other subject, and that the flute is represented by the Hare Krishna Maha. We hear always Hare Krishna Maha, but I don't feel this ecstasy or something like that so much. You know?
What?
This ecstasy, like the gopis becoming stunned or whatever, no? Absorbed, and they leave their lap of their husband to run. Like this must have a very strong impact.
Yeah.
This flute, and of course maybe I'm too much accustomed to it. It's more like a normal thing now. Or what can you explain a little bit? Why is it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't speak. You know, it's said. I think Mahaprabhu says in Caitanya Caritamrita, a bird can only fly as high as his capacity. You know, some birds fly very high, some can only fly somewhere on the ground, like chickens, they just can more or less jump. So I'm just like a chicken. I can jump a little bit, but I can guess something, and this what I read or what I understood. It's when we are coming in contact with Krishna consciousness, and most of us come through things like what we had before, prasadam or whatever, in my case, philosophy, and this attracts us. Krishna has a way to attract all of us. Therefore, I think this discussions about for preaching, should we wear dhoti, yes or not, is relevant to one extent, but in the other hand, Krishna touches you where he knows you have a sensitive spot there. You know, like for me it was philosophy. And for example, when we come in contact with philosophy, myself, and many devotees have this experience, you can't go back. You can't not just forget that there is karma. You cannot just put it aside. You need very strong intoxicants to forget what you learned through the books, through the philosophy. They say joining ISKCON is joining a mafia. Because you never can forget what you learned. Mafia is like an organization, a secret organization. You have some secret knowledge, and you cannot, once you're touched by it, you can't forget it, right? So, but then, as we said also Krishna gives us with that flute song. So in philosophy, I compare this to the sound of Krishna's flute. With his unconditional love, what he touches his devotee, he gives freedom. Right? It's like you fall in love with somebody and immediately this person tries to bind you. You know, like, marry me, or, you know, whatever. Some kind of make it fix. But Krishna says, yes, you can marry me, but first of all, I give you your freedom. You have everything. You can go, you can walk away. Right? And then we have, the ball is again in our corner. Because once we get our freedom, we have the freedom to choose. And we have to choose in any moment, where do we invest our freedom? Should we invest our freedom in ourselves? Or should we give up our freedom and give it back to Krishna? Meaning, each time we're chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We have the choice to put this on the lotus feet of Krishna, or to keep it in our mind, to keep the mantra in our mind. And then it's all about us. And when it's all about us, the love we develop is all about us. And then things become very important and prominent, like, oh, I didn't get enough sleep. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, this person said this to me. Oh, look how he looked at me. Probably he thinks that I think that somebody else thought. Right? But it's all in our mind. It's all about us. And when we chant Hare Krishna, it all comes out. It's like opening your closet and all the skeletons come out, right? The past, the future. But what about the present? The present is, I'm right here with that mantra. I put it and connect it with the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. When I say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, I mean it. I mean Radha Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radha Radha, Radha Rama, Rama Rama, Radhe Radhe. It's like a dance. It's a rasa dance. Right? And if I serve that holy name, then I say Hare, I mean Radha. Radha, please engage me. Radha, I am yours. I am your capacity. I am your energy. I am your serving energy. I belong to you. You, my mistress. Please engage me. To whom? To our beloved Sri Krishna. He's our master. So please tell me how I can be useful in your mission, in your service. Let's tell me. So if this is my meditation, then I will advance so quickly. But saying this, Maitreya Rishi, I know what you're speaking about, because I have the same experience, because I don't surrender the name to the lotus feet of Krishna. I still keep it in my mind serving me. And that's an unfortunate truth about many of us. But with each and every mantra, we start again. We have the capacity again. It all started again. Like every day new on book distribution, your results count from 0. We always have again. Each and every mantra, we can do it again. We can do it better. And by each time we do it better, we develop again a taste. Because then again, when we go back to our mind, it feels stale. You know, a chopper you chant in your mind. Or better even, a Facebook chopper. Right? You have 16 rounds done, super. Oh, I chant my rounds. But it feels like a khichdi without spices, right? It's like okay, my stomach is full, but it was somehow tasteless. But when you really chant good rounds, you feel it. You feel it, and you're tempted to not stop with 16. You're tempted to say, let's have another mantra. Let's have another mantra. Let's have another round. And suddenly you find yourself chanting 20, 25 rounds. And you feel so inspired that the next day you think maybe again 25 rounds. But then again your mind comes and no, come on. You have so many things to do, and you're tired, you have to lay down. And it is like that. But we work in progress, all of us. And we should always acknowledge this. Okay, we are work in progress. Let's support each other. Let's don't judge each other for our shortcomings. Let's support each other in our way onward. Move it on. Together. Because this ISKCON movement is a community movement. We go back together, or none of us. No, okay, this was maybe, it's a free will. There are, anyway, Hare Krishna. Was it somehow?
Yeah, das war eine gute Idee.
Gute Idee. Good.
Chant in our mind. We should chant it as an offering to the Lord and connect it with Him. Not like staying around.
Yeah. This is what I tell myself. And each step what we get to do more and more with conscious reading, conscious gayatris, like, I don't know, when I rip the thread around my finger, okay, this mantra is running in the back, and the mind is in the front. So, now bring them together. Bring them together. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Or anything else? No. It's time for tasty khichdi or soup. Huh?
Fastenbrechen, ne?
Oh ja, stimmt. Fastenbrechen. Ich hatte sie fasten, weil gestern haben wir doch keine Getreide hier in Schau. Und das nennt man Fasten. Und wenn man das Fasten bricht, dass man wieder Getreide isst, dann ist das Fastenbrechen. Genau.
Eigentlich Breakfast, ne? Breakfast. Frühstück.
Ja.
Heißt ja auch.
Ja klar, weil du fastest ja die ganze Nacht.
Breakfast.
Ja.
Aber das ist halt das Fasten der Nacht, aber wir haben das ja vorher gemacht.
Ja, klar. Das